All right, hi everyone. It is Umber here, and we're going to start this video with a quick announcement that there isn't going to be a live stream tonight. Between meetings, extended work, and just getting home multiple hours later, I can't do it. Uh, uh, I normally love streaming. I love having the community in there and talking with me and figuring out new stuff. And tonight there is new stuff. Uh, but when it comes right down to it, I just don't have it, uh, the energy tonight. It has just been a really rough day. So the Wotv stream will either be moved to Wednesday or Friday at the latest, depending on how the rest of my week goes. But right now, I kind of just need a little bit of time. All right, so what we need to talk about today is the upgrades. What has essentially come to JP this evening, and last but not least, also we need to talk about Vivi. So let's get underway here. I'm not going to be doing a demonstration of the character because that's going to come a little bit later after I've seen some more evidence of whether or not he is good, and so on and so forth. So really getting into it, Moraga, the first thing I want to talk about tonight is the fact that the Moraga challenge is up on JP. This requires you to go into multi to try and beat a fairly difficult new boss, and yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Obviously, there is certain bonuses to do. Cooperative with multi-characters, limited titles can be achieved. Rewards will be distributed according to the number of people who have challenged, as well as the number who beat, and there's a lottery involved with it. All attack types resistance penetration rate of -50, initial AP increase of 70, slash and magic attacks, barrier destruction, and don't act resistance are all required. So basically disable resistance, which can be gotten from the smartphone. Slash and magic is the type of damage you want to be focusing on. So maybe mage actually would be generally better just because of the access to heal. If you can like kind of swing that together. Maybe Barris is the best, but we'll talk about that in a second. Damage is difficult to pass through the body unless all 4 parts are destroyed. The magical beast Moraga targets enemies with high defense and spirit until HP is below 80%. And taking a look at the resistances, I mean, the snakeheads, I do believe have 55,000 HP apiece and are weak. Some of them are weak to slash, and some of them are weak to magic, and it seems to alternate between the two. With the in-between, like, if it's weak to magic, it's strong against slash by 80%, and shooting is like a 25% chance. So now that I'm taking a look at this, actually, and yeah, shooting seems to be the overall general, like, lower resistance of the two. If we're like, it's still a net positive, but it's low combined between the two versions on the back snakeheads. As for the like, either you're going to want to target with some are weak to slash and some are weak to magic, and whichever the opposite is, it is strong against 80%. So I got there in the end explaining. As for the main body as it stands is going to be just a brick wall to get through, at least at the start, if you're not targeting the back parts first, because it's 80% elemental resistance across the board, 40% to slash, 60% to pierce, 70% to strike, 50% to shooting, and 40% to magic. So it's not exactly going to be the easiest, and it has 200,000 HP. So if you're a lower tier player, probably good to let some other people maybe try and figure it out first, as I assume it's going to be at least, well, more than a little bit difficult. All right, so next up, we are going to talk about limit bursts. I will make a quick mention of the girl on screen, Preen. Preen did get her master ability 2. From what I remember... No, never mind. I have the details right here. Magic attack resistance up by 20% and strike resistance penetration by 30. Or strike resistance penetration by 30, which is pretty strong. That's a good amount of extra offensive power to her and magic. So for a free upgrade, pretty good. Limit burst upgrades. So we have 3 limit burst upgrades today, and boy howdy, what a good bunch of stuff we actually have. And I don't get this that very often. First off, Whisper, AP consumption down after applying an effect of absorbing part of the HP of the damage dealt. Deals damage extra large, and also reduces slashing and magic attack resistance penetration rate for 3 turns. So Whispers is essentially more defensive, giving her a way to get much more like sustainability through her limit burst. The only thing is it's still an incredibly short range, so I'm pretty unexcited about it and not super convinced. Next up is Flag Glassy. Flag Glassy, AP consumption down when she uses her limit burst, damage to targets within range large, effect that continues the elemental chain that was there before. Also, the other new thing, survive 1 hit even when receiving lethal damage. So Flag Glassy's limit burst actually just gives immortal spirit, guts, courage, bravery. Not bravery. Bravery is something else in this game. But anyway, it allows her to survive taking a lethal damage, which gives her an incredibly high amount of more synergy with Zidane than she did the previous week, which is a net positive. Automatic AP recovery effect also for 3 turns. So I think that Flag Glassy is a no-brainer. I think that she's absolutely incredible. Her limit burst is even stronger. The only real concern here is that activating her limit burst, there's a lot of times that she will just prefer to use her triple hit as opposed to this. And her triple hit is really good, but it'll be interesting to see whether or not there's a way to tune her AI to make sure that her limit burst is the thing that's chosen. Because it is essentially a very, very strong effect for her. And last, excuse me, is Jaden, who... As you can see, I'm a big fan of Jaden. Enhanced range, so this actually has better range now, which is already doing better for it. Destroys barrier that reduces magic damage. 3 consecutive magical power attacks large. After reducing the target's single attack resistance, also put into effect a re-raise effect that automatically recovers when incapacitated. Additional effect of increasing single attack resistance while under re-raise. So this is a hell of an upgrade and a pretty big one too. More range means that this is more likely to be cast. It destroys barriers, so it is also pretty likely to be chosen by the AI, and 3 hits means that it does have chaining potential. But just the fact that you're getting re-raise and a bonus from re-raise and also killing single target resistance. Now, it all depends on numbers, of course, which we don't have yet because this is not up on Wotv Calc, but Jaden and Flag Glassies are legitimately really good, with Jaden's being easily the best, as I can see him being the one character who will actually really use it, and Flag Glassy being potentially, but in manual, Flag Glassy is pretty damn good in combination with Stan now. So yeah, there's that. Alright, next up, Vivi's. Let's talk about this new vision card. So Vivi's vision card. Now, interestingly, this is another holo vision card. We talked about it previously. Percentages are 24% for AoE resistance, 32% for reaction block. It is a 50% maxed out vision card increase for magic, 2 strike resistance and 2 slashing resistance if you have the VC next, and a 15% HP increase for duels. So congratulations, everybody. We finally found the first holo VC that is a pretty huge upgrade. for certain characters in duels. Yeah, this is big. I mean, yes, it's focused mostly towards mages, but 15% is not a small increase. And you're getting this on top of everything else. Yeah, this VC is really good. I don't know if it's like it's not broken by any stretch, but it's definitely one of the stronger cost 60 cards, and is at least worth a consideration of potentially getting if you're getting the the Man of the Hour hint. Speaking of which, let's talk about that character. We're going to head back over here and take a look at a Tark-based party. Now, Vivi is automatically, from the initial previews, a strong character. There isn't really too much to worry about that. The big thing I would say for people who are considering getting this character is that Helena comes out next week, literally like 1 week away, and since Vivi's a dark elemental mage and Helena's going to be a light elemental mage, it could be a real interesting battle between these two to see who comes out on top. And given the Wotv versus collab character thing lately, I'm probably going to side with Wotv, but we'll see. Taking a look at Vivi is a 100 cost limited dark elemental character. Taking a look at his jobs really quick, Red Mage gave him like a healing spell, he got sleep, he got quick, got Istuna, and that's essentially it. He also got adds an effect that increases AP and magic damage at the start of battle and increased mental and magic attack resistance. So Red Mage kind of feels a little bit soft. It doesn't feel like it adds that much to him unless I'm missing a particular part that would be really useful there, like a status effect or something. As for his kind of blade-based abilities, let's Magician Blade, he did get Brave Sword, got a preemptive counter that damage increases as his own HP decreases, which is interesting because he does actually have re-raise in it. Exorcism Barrier creates a barrier that prevents magic damage to yourself. That's pretty useful. Magic dependent damage small, that removes all enhancements. And a few other things, but they are classified, I believe, as slash-type damage. So that's a little at odds with his own abilities. And speaking of which, let's talk about his own abilities. So first off, his support skill is insanely strong. Raise, effect that automatically recovers when you are incapacitated. So it's re-raise from the start of battle, which is just very strong if you think that he has automatic protection of this. Increases resistance to single target attacks, which is pretty nice. And his other one, Hidden Power, whipped, no, never mind, is HP limit up and magic power up. So this friend unit actually has the speed, mental penetration rate, and critical rate up. It comes with Blade Soul, I believe. So that's interesting to see how the friend unit built. Speaking of other things worth mentioning really quickly before we talk about his main job, because I do general look. This is a strong weapon for him. Magic attack up, magic attack resistance penetration 20, and a few extra bonuses, including where I mean, and my mind blank. Tired. Magic attack resistance, physical damage reduction, and CT down disabled. So quite a very strong weapon for our little pint-sized mage who does actually just get a really nice kit. And looking at the overall build with him, now this is in a purely dark-based party, but he does have some defense and spirit. He does have 32 resistance across both, which is whatnot. And he has 106 speed, which isn't slow, which is all really good. But you look at the resistances too. No negative resistance is here to speak of. Excuse me. Ooh. 51% slash, 49% strike, 35 to shooting, and 20% for magic, with Pierce being the real weak point in his kit. With this particular build, Vivi is just pretty strong. As for Vivi's main kit, for people who are curious, I will just go... Oh, Trust Mastery. Damn it, I'm jumping over. Trust Mastery does give a skill that can be activated twice. Here. Increase speed of allies within range around yourself for 3 turns. Gives a canceling effect that automatically that removes a automatic AP recovery when an attack hits. So Vivi's Trust Mastery is pretty damn strong, I would say. And yeah, that brings us right back to talking about Vivi, who has Break, so Petrification, and Bio in his kit. Also, if Bio hits, he actually does get a mental down, or so spirit down if Bio does actually poison status effect. So that's kind of interesting. He has Meteor, he has double dark spell, he has the protect status effect, which he can give to himself and allies, as well as just increasing his own magic attack resistance penetration rate, to name a bit. I think that Vivi is just a very, very, very strong unit and a very strong element. He has, with the VC, it's a natural synergy between him and Raph, and then it's up to you how you want to do it, whether you want to put him with Halloween Lucia and go pure magic, or potentially go with Sephiroth for a little bit more variety. But yeah, dark magic is looking like a thing. So yeah, that is everything for this video. Sorry again for not streaming, but it's just not that night. So to end the video, we're just going to do on, not this one right here. We're going to do the step number 1 out of 4 for funsies, because it's always fun. Take a bit of time. See what happened. Low expectations. Still low expectations. Still low expectations. Some people are like, why don't you get excited sometimes? Historically, things don't usually tend to go very well for our merry little band. But anyone knows that in the age of 100 cost characters, it's a little brutal trying to just pull a character, really. Deep breath for disappointment. Told you not to get excited, but you know, for the sweat kind of thing. So anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And a more close look at Vivi, his skills and interpretation. Now that I've gotten a lot of the talking about equipment and everything out of the way, I can do a brief summary in the next video and just go ahead. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Later.